guys, what is going on? Mistic Designs here, or Daniel, and today I've got another After Effects tutorial for you guys. What we're gonna learn today is using trim paths to make lines go across a shape and behind. This is really easy to do and it shouldn't take us long. So before I go into the tutorial, I just want to show you guys an example of what we're gonna do today. So here it is, and there it was again. So basically we're gonna do this line going across our square and behind it, and it looks personally really good. So yeah guys, let's go into the tutorial. So I'm just gonna do a new project, and I'm gonna do another composition. So new composition, and I'm gonna call this tutorial, and for the duration I'm just gonna do 10 seconds, and also the background color I'm just gonna leave it as black. So now that we got our composition, we're gonna make a square. So let's do a new layer and make it a shape layer. And now because this is gonna be a square, let's rename this square. It's a good habit to always name your layers just to be organized while you're working. So now that we got a square, we're gonna go into the rectangle tool, and we're gonna press shift to make it a square, not a rectangle, and just drag it out. So we got here a square, and as you see, I don't have a fill, but we can fix that right away by pressing Alt and clicking the fill. And we don't want to stroke though, so we're gonna press Alt on the stroke and go until we have this red line, which means no stroke. So now that we're done with that, we're just gonna leave the square alone. No animations for this tutorial. What we're focusing on is the line. So we're gonna make another layer, and again a shape layer, but this time we're gonna call this line, and this shape is gonna be used with a pen tool. So press G or pen tool, and I'm just gonna zoom in here a bit, but you don't really have to, it's your personal opinion. So now that we're ready to do the shape, we're gonna click on the start or the high end of the square, and that's 1 point. And then we're gonna do our second point at the bottom over here, almost like a diagonal line. So once you press this, drag your mouse down until you see kind of like a arc or rounded line, and this is gonna make it look like it's going behind the square. But now we do not want to fill, so again press Alt and go until you have a no fill, but press on the stroke and do whatever color you want. I'm just gonna leave it pink. So now if we look at this, we can see we got a line going across the square. Now what we want to do now is animate this. So we're gonna go into add and trim paths, and we're gonna now go under trim paths and bring the end down to 0. And now for the keyframing, I suggest about 1/10 of a second to make it short. If it's too long, it's not gonna look clean, but if it's too short also, it's not gonna make it look good. So now we're gonna press a keyframe on, we're gonna make a keyframe on the start and the end, and we're gonna go about 1/10 of a second, like that's about right, and bump all these two up to 100. And now if we play that back, you cannot see an animation, and that's because we didn't fully keyframe the end of the trim paths. So what you want to do is move this keyframe right here, about not that far away from the top one, and now if we play that back, we can see we got the animation. Now you're probably asking, why did you move the last keyframe? This keyframe shows us how much we want the animation or the line to show while it's animating, my bad. And so now, if we play that back again, we can see our animation. And guys, that was it. It was so simple, but it's such a great effect to include in your intros. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a like, since it helps me out a bunch. If you want to see another tutorial, just drop down a comment saying what you want to see in the next tutorial. I'm gonna be glad to make that tutorial for you guys. Plus it's fun, and it's gonna help all of us out. Plus, I just want to say that this tutorial was suggested by a good friend of mine called Arts, He's a graphic designer and a really good one. His style is just so clean and amazing. So guys, check him out. His link is in the description below. But guys, this was Mistic Designs or Daniel, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next tutorial or intro. So yeah guys.